Hey guys, Suped Gear Guys here. I'm Seb, and today I'm going to talk about the Super DOA, or Super DOA. There's so many different combinations of the name, but we're talking about one great freestyle board. They have the regular DOA, which you don't need to, you can Google so many other reviews. There's tons of DOA. It's a great shape. It's won a lot of awards. And what they did is they souped it up. They actually made it lighter. If you look at the indents under the rails of the snowboard, the middle section there, and the nose, there's some inset step down weight reduction. And a little bit stiffer, not too much more carbon fiber. And what you really notice in this setup is how lightweight it is, but it's not any more stiffer than the DOA. It's just the return, it's quicker. It doesn't feel stiffer, but it feels like the board comes back more instantaneous. And why I'm snapping my fingers like that, because you really notice when you load this board for the first time and jump it, boy howdy, it just snaps and goes. Where I was doing ones, I was doing threes, and where I didn't want to spin, I started spinning. This board was really nice. It actually was the first time I did a 540 that season, and it's really fun in that scenario, and it reminds me of like the Row Mod snappiness, and that is a really awesome jumping board, one of the best ones out there in my mind. And this thing is right up there. You can feel its crispiness. The edging was very similar to regular DOA, and I rode it in the 56, and I could really command it around the mountain, and it didn't feel too small for me at all. And sometimes I worry about that a bit, stepping down that small. I had a 55 Mercury. This feels less stiff, but more snappy, and very close with stiffness. And that's where I'd say this thing's super nice if you want something more jump orientated, jib orientated, but still has that strength. When you want to nose press it, you can lock into it, and when you're loading it up and you want to spin, it's gonna go more. And also, it's a damn good looking snowboard, and it really transitions well. If you want to ride a lot of switch and you don't want to, you know what I mean, do the washout back to regular when you're spinning, this thing really commands, and it makes it easy to ride switch because of the way it's orientated here. It's where you load it up, it feels just so even, it's nice. You know what I mean? It's close up there with the Yes Greats. I think the Yes Greats would be very similar, but they're a little bit different takes because the Yes Greats is ASIM, this one doesn't. This thing has a little bit more crispiness and a little bit more snap to it. And so if you're looking for something like that and found maybe the Yes Greats to be a little bit soft if you've ridden that, the Super DOA is highly recommended. It's so fun to transition around the mountain. I know why people gravitate towards the shape and the DOA being so highly held in the Goodwood when Transworld did the Goodwood. It won a ton of awards, and this one, if it was still around, I think would take over because it's more lively, more fun. It's that next evolution that this board should have. The rider who's riding this, or somebody who's riding a Mercury and wants something more freestyle-y, and this would be your board. It is so fun. Or if you're riding, like, you know what I mean, other like camber shaped boards that are the camber underneath between the bindings flat and a little bit of early rise, this guy's up there. You're gonna pay a little bit more for the construction, but you're gaining that, and it's perfected flex. That's the only way to call this thing. If you're a freestyler, this flex is almost perfect. Yeah, stuff's gonna change, but this guy is a damn good snowboard. So go out there, check it out, do your flex test, you know what I mean, at the shop, torsional, tween your knees, twist that thing, try both of them out because they are very different. I took a lot of time flexing these guys in the shop, but after I rode them, because I rode them both. I rode the DOA a year ago now, this guy a couple months ago now, and super fun. Different boards, and when you flex them in person, you have to really work that thing to really notice the pop and the return, but you do get a lot more of that loading and exploding out of this board. So go down to your local board shop, do the flex test, slap test, sniff test, whatever you want to do. Choose out the one that best suits you. There, you know what I mean? That's why they have these different, like, Super DOA, Super Pig. You know, I kind of did them back to back because it's a super time. You know what I mean? It's just there is that yearn for the next level. Maybe not for everybody, you know what I mean? The DOA everybody can jump on, but if you're tired of that, want something new, don't want to change from the DOA, Super DOA, more lively time. Till next time, guys, sideways gear guys, out.